Alright guys, very important video. Yesterday I had a video removed from TikTok. It was 20 seconds long for pointing out that the discrepancy here on the Namo. And I want to talk about it a little bit. This looks primed for a bounce, right? Primed. This looks as good as it can look. The problem I have here that I pointed out is this RSI here. Why is it at 48? So you compare that to this bounce where we're hitting that magical 30 level. In my opinion, the fact that last week this RSI keeps rising while this is consolidating, what is that? That's a bear flag. This is a bear flag, or something's internally absolutely broken. So I know a lot of people are saying we're gonna get a bounce next week and this and that, and I'm gonna keep it simple for you here. This is all you need to know. You take out this low, not only do you have that as a target, that's not gonna be enough. That is not gonna be enough. You're probably going here. This is a FIB retracement, and also Elliott's showing same ballpark. That's where you're going if you break here. You're going to go and test this zone here. Remember, it's a big zone. We spent a lot of time here, rejected it hard, had FOMC, and that's the only reason we came up. Now we've been taking out the FOMC levels like candy. So don't disregard that this market can just take out that low. Now next week you have early high on Monday. Now this is can be a trappy pattern on Monday, but nevertheless, if this is a bottom, and usually bottoms don't form on a Friday, it is weird that we came down to this super important trend line on Friday, going all the way from this bottom in November. That's the bottom of the day after the election, right? It touches here and we come down to it, and then we reverse. So that could be something, but obviously in this market I'm not very sure right now of how much bounce you're gonna get. Remember, we have a ghost candle down to 568.22. You also have that ghost candle on QQQ here. So if we come down here and this holds and we don't take out these lows, it's all pre-planned, right? They send the message on Friday, they go down, everybody gets bared up, and then you go. Another one that we have, you won't see it here, but well, there you go, there's one. You have this 594 here, and you also have one somewhere in here to 588. So that's what you're playing with this week. You should write down or mark this 568, 588, and then 594. Now let's say we get to 594. I'm just pointing this out to you. If you're still thinking that this market's playing 5D chess, it's not. This could be the first leg of something that reminds me of 2022. Okay? Which would make a lot of sense. I mean, beautiful market to trade. Right there. But this could be the start where we're like here and we're about to do all this shit. And anybody who traded 2022 knows exactly what I mean. It was pretty volatile and special with like big falls under weekly Bollinger Bands, and there was no support until we got to the mother of all trend lines right here, which keeps going and going and going and going and going and going and going, and yeah, comes in down here. However, if you get this weekly 9 crossing the 21 to the downside, it's a big uh-oh for the market. Okay, it's a big uh-oh for the market, and that's probably what they're trying to do, to force rates down and do this and that. Basically, Besant said on Friday that they are restructuring the economy from public to private. Therefore, for these billionaires, now that they pumped their bullshit cryptos, are gonna come in and save the day. So until we see a break of this trend here, this is the hourly coming down, has been for a while, I don't believe that we've turned the tides here. Another thing to look at here from a technical perspective is the RSI on SPY is under 50, therefore it's not bullish, and you can see it right here. As soon as it drops under 50, we've had this huge fucking sell. Okay, well, how far back do we have to go to get it then to bottom out? Well, the bullish thing is around here. I mean, under 30, you're in deep shit. As you can see here, this is the area, right? This is the area. Anything underneath that, you're in a crash. You start crashing from these heights here, it's gonna be nasty, really nasty. So best thing for the market to do would be to bounce here off of these 200 here, right? But when you zoom in, you notice that, okay, well, we closed close to it, but a little underneath. Okay, have we done that in the past? Yes, we have. Kind of like that right there, and also here, right? But the market really needs to hold that Friday low, or you got way lower targets. And I think if you pick up steam here, they're gonna start popping. You're gonna start taking out, you've already taken out 3 FOMC meetings. You're probably gonna go take out this one and that one, and then you have, you know, a year's worth of FOMC meetings for nothing, right? So very important for the market, again, to summarize it all for you, to hold this Friday's low. Under that, it's gonna start popping off big time. Most likely what they do here is they can do an asymmetrical inverted head and shoulders, come back to right there, pop it up again, but we'll have to see. As far as any individual stocks, look, we had that 257 target on Tesla, that's come and gone, and we're inside of the Bollinger, so there's no reason for this stock to not come and fill this gap, in my opinion. As far as Nvidia, and everybody saying, oh, Nvidia is gonna bounce and this and that. Yeah, is it possible? Abso-fucking-lutely. No doubt in my mind with 40 billions in earnings. However, you got 65 ghost candles here. You also have to now take into consideration that they've shaved off $1 trillion in market cap from here. $1 trillion, guys, in 2 months. $1 trillion, or 3. That's crazy. Meanwhile, you have this guy playing quarterback here or defense. I mean, that's essentially what he's doing or getting ready. But again, on Apple, you don't see like, I mean, this is a massive downtrend of dark pool that they're unloading big time. So obviously all of this also plays in with the VIX. Now, much can be said, and this is where we're getting into the nitty gritty, and I want you to pay attention. Okay, and we're gonna have to jump to the calendar here. Monday, we have consumer inflation expectations. Okay, if this comes in colder than that, you pop. If it comes in hotter, you dive bomb. Okay, I don't know what news they have planned for us. I do know that Tuesday we have jolts. I'm gonna give a move. Okay, Wednesday you have CPI forecasted to come in cool. Notice that if we get a cool CPI reading a week before FOMC, we start ripping due to the fact that the ECB has cut twice now and we haven't, which is likely your turnaround and your move this week. Okay, PPI forecasted to come in cool on Thursday, and Friday you have this thing that's forecasted to come in shit and has worked as a dive bomb. Now this week is going to be very interesting, and not only do we have Oracle earnings and all that good Stargate related bullshit, but next week on Tuesday the 18th, Bank of Japan has its rate decision. You have VIXpiration next week, you have OPEX next week, and you have FOMC. So there's going to be plenty of volatility this coming weeks, these 2 next weeks. So let's stay out of trouble and ask God to help us out and spare us from pain and give us abundance instead. Amen. They've been very vocal about pushing down the 10-year yield, and it's worked until for some reason it didn't. As soon as we got under this mother of all trend lines and these 2 party lines, a boop, it popped up. Okay, has an interesting correlation with the dollar here. Now anybody knows that when the dollar goes down, the market goes up. Not anymore. Not anymore, because it's not natural. It's not natural. They're fucking around big time, and I'm definitely sensing that the new system is getting prepped for us to have, and just do it already at this point. So the dollar showing weakness, market showing weakness, and 10-year yield showing overall weakness. And then you have the fact that US oil is under. Last week I said once it goes under 70, it's gonna keep going, and it has. Obviously now you're at a huge level, but you can also see you're under this huge level that we're trying to put in, which makes me wonder if it's all been distribution all along, because the fact is there is not that type of demand that there used to be. You can make fucking products all you want with crude oil, but digital is king now. Obviously, look, Trump said, they say hold your Bitcoin, never sell it, and then he goes, but who knows? So somebody tell me the bull case for Bitcoin currently. And I have said I have a fractal that shows us going down to here to 40,000, but it makes perfect sense that it's the 200 here that's gonna be coming in, and still has plenty of RSI. It hasn't even started really to pull back here. So just watch it, because obviously crypto is crazy and trades like a madman, but something is to be said for what he said. I mean, doesn't sound very convincing to me, and especially when you have a situation that they're not gonna be buying more. Okay, so if you have SPY pulling back to the 200, you got a lot of these stocks pulling back to the 200. Why wouldn't Bitcoin? And that kind of shows then that fractal I have that I've been working on is not too crazy, right? It's not too crazy to think that this shit gets dumped down here. Now, if it doesn't, obviously you see Elliot has it going to fucking Valhalla. Hope it does, but I'm a little skeptical of it, because if they're not gonna be buying, they just made their seized Bitcoin the reserve, then how is that different, right? Another one I'd keep an eye out. It didn't want to party on Friday. It did bounce where it needed to. I want a little bit more, obviously, for my YOLOs, but JPM does show a bounce here on the Elliott wave. If it doesn't, obviously, it's going down to here to the 200, and it's definitely gonna go fill that gap, because anything can crash under the 200 too. And at this point in time, we have to, this is a huge spot here. The readings are saying that this is gonna bounce. Price action indicator is not quite there yet, but if you look at volume, it's definitely, you can see there's definitely buyers here, and why wouldn't there be? I mean, I don't want to sound like a perma bear here, because I'm definitely not. I'm gonna be looking to play the bounce, and it's probably gonna be CPI, right? And in conclusion, I personally will be buying some when we feel that ghost candle or hit it. And do I expect them to hit it on Monday? Probably not. I'd like to go a little higher, get some people trapped, reject here again, go feel it, and then go higher. Okay. Hey, dude. All right, guys. With that said, that's kind of what I'm looking at this week, and I'll be on for open and close on boys. If I do anything else, I'll type it out in the chat. I'll be looking at the same names: SPY, QQQ. Probably not Tesla yet this week. I don't know if I'm gonna trade Nvidia or Apple. I'm probably just gonna stick to SPY. There's gonna be you're gonna need a big move here because of the VIX.
I'm tired.
Yeah. All right, guys. God bless.
miles in altitude, almost 6 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center already, traveling 500 miles an hour.